So welcome. In this class, we'll be learning about object-oriented programming and Visual Basic. Basically, uh, so we might have learned object-oriented programming in different languages like C, C++, and all. Let me share the screen. Okay. Yeah. So we'll be in the chapter 8 or unit 8, wherein we have to learn about object-oriented programming in Visual Basic, where we'll be understanding two basic things in this class. One is about the class modules. So all of us know that probably like when we have learned object-oriented programming in C, C++, or any other programming languages like Java, where object-oriented programming comes. So we'll be first trying to learn about what is class, say what is the process of encapsulation. Encapsulation is say wrapping up of data and member functions into a single module, which is called as a class. So now in VB6, like we will be having class modules, which we have understood, understand like probably like we have already understood different functions, function modules, sub functions, private functions, and public functions. So we'll be trying to understand class functions here. So basically, part object oriented. A class is a concept of classes and objects, or concepts of object oriented programming in Visual Basic. So let us try to understand the class modules. So what exactly is class module and how does exactly works with respect to other things? Okay, let me take you people to Visual Basic. So in Visual Basic, we'll be having these things. Okay. So this is a normal form that gets opened whenever we'll use a standard exe. So in the standard exe, I have just taken a label of class modules and one command button has been added. So this command button will help us to run a class module and a member function which is present inside the class module. So to construct a class module, we have to follow a syntax. So in the project menu of Visual Basic, we'll be finding an option, add class module. So if we click on add class module, so you'll be getting a class module over here in the project explorer. You can also already look, there's a class module which is been added. And this class module is given with a name. You can give it to with any name that you want to give it to a class. So I have given it as an X class because this is an example of a class. So X class is an example of a class. This name is given to it, and this class module is written as a code. So in the class module, the first thing, like as we know that in object-oriented programming, will be declaring the data members and the member functions inside a particular concept called as class. So here we can see that we have declared two things as data members. One is name, which is taken as string, public name as string. If you look at this, we will use annotation here. Yeah. So this part wherein public name as string is written, and then we have written public marks as integer. So integer, two particular data members have been taken, and this is get data is a member function, and message is also a member function which is declared. So in get data will be taking two variables. One is name and the other one is marks, which is a part of a data members of class. So we are assigning values. Either we can assign values here or we can take the input from the calling method. So you can wish as a wish, you can go for this. And this is the output function. So where we will be getting output using message method. Okay, so private and public sub message is a member function which gives us the output. So what is written, you have a message box which displays the output, right? So from where we are going to get this output. So uh, let's try to run this. When we run this, we can see there is a class module which has come. So since we have written that, that will be visible. Now if you click, there is a command button written over here. If I click on the command button, so what should I get is I have to get created with an object. So before running this, let's close it and try to understand how did we write the coding for the command button. So double click on this, we'll get opened with the command button loading. If you will just erase this. Okay. So so command button is taken. When you click on the command button, we'll be now creating a new object of a member X class. X class is already defined. A new object is created using dim ABC. ABC becomes an object as a new X class, as a new class member. So it becomes an abstract data type. So class. So when we use a new. So now ABC get data will take us to this function. So whenever this line gets executed, so obviously this piece of code which is present over here uh, will get executed, and this piece of code which is shown here will get executed, and then when I click on abc.message, okay, so I'll be executing this piece of code. Okay, so now let us run this. So we'll run it. Now if you click on the class module, so directly it has to execute both get data and then the display method. So I have to click on so class module. I can see this displays the output. So this is how class works. Okay. So once again, let me summarize the things what we have done. Uh, Firstly, what we have done is we have created a form, and this form has got so a command button which invokes a member function of a class module. Okay, so then I had been to a project menu, and then from the project menu I have taken add class module. If you click on the add class module, you'll be getting a class module over here. So this is a class module that we get. So when we click on the add class module, so this class module will be coming, and here, okay, so uh, so this name of the class, which is nothing but a class module, so is taken as X class. Okay, when I go to the code window of this, so I'm going to declare two, say, data members. One is name and the other marks, and the two data member functions or member functions, what we call it as. So you have to declare this, and then what we have to do is, so we have to write the code for this command button. So this code is written for the command button. So after creating ABC as a new object of a X class, and then you have to write abc.getData to invoke getData function. abc.message to invoke this. So run this, click on the class module, you'll be getting the output. So this is how we create uh, class module and an example of a class module. Thank you. We'll be watching the next topic in the next video.